Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be playing some anti-meta spooters. Why are we playing this, and why is it anti-meta? Well, and before obviously patch notes come out and updates come out, which could very well change the meta completely, of course. I just wanted to get this out here before that happens. I still think this is a pretty strong deck either way. But of course, in the metagame right now, there is a lot of aggro decks, whether that be sort of a discard aggro or pirate aggro. You know, those are sort of two very popular decks to play, as well as like Tahm Kench Soraka as well. So I was thinking, okay, what can we play that has a decent chance against those decks in particular? And I thought, well, Noxus is particularly good because you get access to Culling Strike, which of course deals with the likes of Misfortune, with Tahm Kench, with Soraka, with, you know, a bunch of champions that you might be seeing in the metagame right now, as well as a bunch of other followers. Lee Sin as well, of course, although of course Lee Sin is a bit harder to remove perhaps. And we also get access to Scorched Earth, which I think is, you know, a very good landmark killing card. Obviously the 2-mana landmark Starspring has seen less play. This perhaps was better, you know, in the very early days when everyone was just running that deck, and Scorched Earth was probably, you know, just one of the best cards you could have played back then. But this essentially in this deck, because of how many spiders we have and things that just deal like little bits of damage, you know, whether it them being a blocking spider or us blocking them for a spider, or Val Feast or Blight Caretaker getting the saplings that deal damage, Scorched Earth can very quickly and very easily become a 3-mana vengeance on anything we want, which is of course very good as well. We are also running 2 Ravenous Flocks as well, because we damage their units quite a lot, and we don't mind taking those jump blocks, of course, because we can then combo them with our spells. And we obviously are running ELISE, and the advantage of this as well is because, you know, what your opponent sees is Noxus, Shadow Isles, ELISE. They probably think that you're a straight up spider aggro deck, but of course you're not a spider aggro deck. You're much more of a spider mid-range deck in this list. We are playing a lot of early spiders, but you know, instead of 3 Precious Pet, we're on 3 Aristocrat. You know, we're playing a little bit slower, which gives us an advantage against those hyper-aggressive decks. You know, we've got some really cool combos, Curse Keeper into Caretaker, whether it be ELISE leveling up and then just, you know, going crazy with that. And that's the thing, this deck is very flexible and it can play very quick if you need it to, and if you draw the right side of your deck, or it can play much slower and, you know, end up finishing with a Captain Farron win. And Captain Farron I like as our finisher because of our early curve. We are likely to deal some damage to them early on. This isn't a full control deck, and that's why I prefer Farron over Ledros. I think Ledros is better in a sort of more full control deck when you know you're probably by turn 9 going to have complete control of the board. But Farron is a bit better if, you know, you want to finish the game, you know, on turn 9 perhaps, which this deck I think does. So with that said, let's get into some games. So the first matchup we see is actually probably one of the tougher matchups. It's a ramp deck. And we like certain cards for this matchup. Neverglade is interesting for sure. And I see, if we were attacking on 2, this obviously would be much better. I don't think I can keep 3 2-drops. I think I'd rather keep it over House Spider, I think, just because Avalanche would, you know, be very, very effective against this. Whereas against Curse Keeper, you know, if they have to kill the Keeper, that's somewhat interesting. Neverglade on 5. You know, they're looking to play Trundle then. But then we can start chump blocking and potentially getting in some damage there, so I like that as well. And we get a Flock, which could be okay against, you know, certain things like Trundle. Find Frenzied. Captain Farron. Probably will be needed in this matchup, I imagine. As I say, this is a pretty rough matchup. We might want to open attack here. Or we could play Cursed Keeper. We could go Keeper because then an Avalanche, you know, is really not doing much at all. It's actually giving us a better attack. What would he play on 3 that I'd be somewhat scared of? I can't think of too many things, so I am going to go for Keeper. Okay, Wording Stones, yeah, so that's fine. Obviously it can't block the Elise. And if he blocks, you know, then I can just block it. Which is perfect for us as well. So yeah, we'll let that happen. And this is where you can surprise people with stuff like this. This is like a game swinging play. Like that is like a really big deal. Because if he wanted to play Trundle that turn, he's now, you know, obviously not going to be able to, and that's going to potentially cause some problems for him. Now we could go Skitterer here. And I don't mind Skitterer because we do want to open attack next turn. And so if he wants to Avalanche now, which he doesn't, that's good for us as well. And now it means if he plays Trundle, he's not going to be able to kill Elise or the spiders, which is then obviously going to give us a leveled up Elise, which is also pretty nice in case we draw other Elises. It is just Hearthguard. So I think at this point, I will play this, because now if he goes for an Avalanche, he's in big trouble. You know, now I'm making him deal with this first before he goes for an Avalanche or anything like that. Otherwise, he's just going to lose the game. It's pretty, you know, basic. He can't really do much. He goes for Catalyst, okay. Fair enough. Is that his play? See what he does here. Goes for a Vile Feast. Okay, so we're obviously just going to glimpse beyond that. That was a pretty good draw off the top. Has he got a second one? Unspeakable Horror. Okay, but he's not getting the unit straight away, which is pretty good for us as well. And him not having that chump blocker is really nice for us. I think we will play a Skitterer again because we're going to open attack. He won't attack. Now, I could go for this as well. Do I want to go for that above maybe this spider? That would be, what, 2 extra damage? Oh man, that's an interesting choice. I don't think so, because I'm going to drag it with this spider anyway, so I don't think that really matters. So yeah, we'll bring all these. I should actually put that last. Drag you there. He's going down to -2 right now, so he needs healing. He needs healing without killing our units, which he probably has access to. Okay, Whale. Whale obviously is okay for him, but not great. And then it does heal him just enough. Unfortunately, it means that we didn't damage this. He's on 1, so he needs to heal again. I don't think there's any reason for us to do anything else. We can just... Oh, this is a nice draw as well, but we might want to go Farron. We've kind of got options here. I do kind of like this as an option. Let's see what he goes for. Just a Ruination, which is absolutely fine. Oh, I could have killed my own unit. I actually misplayed that. I could have killed my own unit and won the game. So I'll just play Farron instead. And it should end the game. I highly doubt he's got much to stop me here. He'd need exactly Vengeance, and then obviously you'd need a bunch of stuff. We could develop, let's think. How's he stopping this? He'd have to vent. I actually don't want to play any other units because then he can probably heal more. I just want to let the Decimates probably do their work. Because if he Vengeances, he's gonna be pretty short on mana. Yeah. There we go. Easy. So we do find an aggro deck. Culling Strike is interesting. It hits Teemo, but I don't think it hits the most things in this matchup. House Spider is obviously pretty nice, and I like Skitterer as well on turn 3. I think I will keep double House Spider. You know, if they're going to go wide, I might as well follow them. Elise is also, you know, decently nice, especially with this hand. good one drop there draw, especially against something like this, although he does discard the Jury Rig, but that's fine. Find Hapless, pretty perfect there, coming in at the right time. I think we will go Elise to attack on turn 2. Because if we can't level up Elise, this game is genuinely probably over. He could have Get Excited and the like, but you know, if we do get this Elise flipped with these house spiders or whatever, you know, we could be in for a pretty big windfall here. I should also attack with this, like he can block the spider with that. But well, no, Hapless, you know, it gives me a decent blocker. Let's get the 2 damage in. We obviously have a choice of Skitterer here if we want it. Ooh, that's pretty nice as well.
It's Raven time.
I actually think I will go for this. Goes for a Battlecaster. Well, obviously I'll block that with Elise. But he doesn't attack. Okay. Ooh. So if I get rid of you, then I'll have enough space for them all. Thing is, do I need it? I could go Skitterer now, which obviously damages his board pretty bad. But do I want to get rid of this Battlecaster? He could play like a crowd favorite. That would be bad. So yeah, he could play a crowd favorite now, but we'll have to see. Yeah, he does. So obviously we could use with perhaps a can attack with you. We could use with a Ravenous Flock, of course, or either a Scorched Earth. He lets that happen. Do I want to flip Elise? I think I do. I think I do want to flip Elise this turn.
Struggle. Enjoy it.
Even though we lose out on a spider. Does mean that Elise can block this crowd favorite as well. Oh, perfect timing. Me too, kiddo. Me too. I think we'll just pass. See what happens. He's just gonna completely attack. That's fine with me. We can obviously deal with the crowd favorite. I will just put a spider there anyway. I'll put one on Draven, and then I think I will block across the board here.
No, 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 no.
I think me not having things is better. I think what am I saying? Him not having units is better because obviously he's playing stuff like crowd favorite. So I kind of want to keep the board as small as I can. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, we're still on 20 health and we're what? On turn 5? Like against this kind of deck, I'm not sure they can really survive that kind of stuff. And now we can go Draven into Skitterer. I mean, next turn we'll go into Skitterer and, you know, try and kill this off. He could have, like, Get Excited for Elise, which wouldn't be ideal. That is an interesting choice. I mean, unless he... See that? Now do I open attack onto that? I think no. Now with this draw as well, I think we want to just, you know, go in on him. He could have Get Excited. It's 100% possible. gonna play that again. This can't block, obviously. It goes for another crowd favorite. So I'm gonna go for this. So we could try and kill the crowd favorite here if I wanted to. I obviously want to kill Draven. I obviously want to kill you. I don't think I want to kill Elise, to be honest. I think we want to deal some damage with Elise. See, and he just surrendered. Yeah, we just got him. We got him. Mono Shadow Isles. Probably actually a similar sort of deck to ours. I imagine it's fearsome type stuff. Mono Isles. I don't think I want Bar Feast for that. I mean, it's a pretty good hand. It's a pretty good hand. Yeah, I think I'll just keep this hand, to be honest. We'll go all in on Elise, I guess. Mono Isles. He's going to be very mid-range, I think. Like, probably fearsome, probably mist rates, you know, all of that. Risen Mists. That's what I'm picturing. On turn 2, I don't think they've got a 3 mana blocker, unless he's playing like Stirred Spirits, which I doubt, but, you know. Oh, he is playing a Right Knight Power. That's actually fine. We've got second Elise anyway, but by the way, in this instance, just attack with Elise. I know it's Elise and you think, oh, you shouldn't attack. And maybe with this is like the one hand where, you know, there is a debate about it. But I still think just attacking, like, you've still got an advantage here. Especially because we got second Elise, you know, of course we're going to attack. This could be pretty nice as well. He just plays a Skitterer, which means that obviously he will be getting in some damage from it. Now I think I will just attack with you. Now I think, you know, we want to level up this Elise. See what it does. Maybe a Vile Feast. It is. So we could Vile Feast his if we really wanted to. I'm not sure we do quite yet, but, you know, we'll see. Into Stalking Shadows. As I say, this is probably a fearsome type build, so we could be in, you know, some issues here. But if he goes into like Mistwraith here, you know, we've got, ooh, that could be useful next turn, or even this turn if he's, you know, threatening us a lot. That's what I expected. So we'll play you. And we will jump out this, I think. Yeah, I think we will. And now this next turn we unless he's got like Grasp, which I find unlikely. But if he does, then, you know, fair play to him. But otherwise, we should, you know, just start picking off some of these. We can go here, we can go with Elise there, we can go with this spider on that. We could potentially go here as well. Just get an absolute bunch of favorable trades. Now this turn he could play Hecarim, that would somewhat change our viewpoint. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so with you, I think I'm going to take you. With you, I'm going to let's get these up here. With you, I'm probably gonna take you there, you there. In fact, that's safer if I do it with you. And I will attack with you as well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's somewhat risky, of course. He definitely will have like Unspeakable Horrors and other things to use on Elise. So maybe we could have, you know, put Elise there with a bit more safety, but I don't think it should be too big of an issue. A Withering Wail. Okay. Is there something that I can do about a withering whale? I don't think so. It does give me this though. Still keep you. Withering Whale is interesting in that deck. I wouldn't have expected that. And we will just let that die. 4-2 is not that threatening at all. If he does go in for Hecarim, we could potentially, you know, Vile Feast into killing it. I think first though, we'll start with you. Ooh. I think Skitter is better. I could just Vile Feast block with this, I guess. So yeah, I'll just lessen the attack. I probably should have done that with the ephemeral one. So obviously that would stop this attack. Yeah, I should have done that with the ephemeral one. Interesting. Do I Vile Feast that? No, I can't Vile Feast that. Guess I just A-OK that. Obviously I want to surprise this with that. I don't want to show him that I've got that. We know we'll kill this Hecarim though, so that's good at least. We will take some damage from that. I should have played the ephemeral one, I don't know why I didn't. I think this Scorched Earth will get more use later on than this. I think it will. Obviously right now what we'd love is like a Farron. Ask and ye shall receive, I guess. And I mean he could be playing Ledros. It'd be a bit weird, but he could. But I think 8 mana I can't think of much he'd be playing. Rekindler maybe would be his best bet. Just Vengeance. Which is fine. Keep showing me this and I'm like, ooh. Then we'll just attack with these two. Obviously if he blocks here we get the 1 damage anyway. So that's no big deal. But with this and, you know, these Decimates. Was this a Harrowing? It is a Harrowing. Well, that is interesting. And it's a bunch of fearsomes. So I guess I play you. So that was maybe like his 1 out. He loses that. Well, that was interesting. I guess this is our weakness. Harrowing. Vengeance into exactly Harrowing. So we take the 8. If we go there, you can only block you. We are actually alive. So we are actually alive here, which is interesting. I could maybe like, do I keep you alive? What are we on? 3 if I didn't do that? 3, I could like, could Atrocity like here? We're on 3. I don't think he's gonna have 3 to be honest, so yeah. Oh, because of course Hecarim is dying, and this is like, yeah, it's a bit of anti-synergy right there. Probably should have blocked this. So now, I do want to play you first. I think we do want to play 1 Decimate. So he's down on 5. He's going to need some more healing. for sure. Ooh, that's pretty nice.
Everyone's a garden.
We go back up to 4. Yes. Oh man, that one was a bit spicy. We got there though. We got there.